Hello again, everybody. It's Brian Allee-Walsh with NewOrleans.com. It's Monday evening. We spent, earlier today, we spent time out at Saints training camp for Sean Payton's season-ending press conference that typically goes on at the end of a year. And Sean spent 35 minutes with us answering a plethora of questions ranging from Greg Williams going to meet with the Denver Broncos to talk about their coaching vacancy to injuries from A to Z. An update on Greg Williams: he is scheduled to meet with the Broncos officials, John Elway, and a search committee on Wednesday. Same day, John Fox, former head coach of the Carolina Panthers, also is going to interview for that coaching vacancy. They had 2 interviewees today, 2 more Tuesday, and John Fox and Greg Williams are expected to round out the list of 6. The Broncos hope to have a coach in place by January the 19th. Now, I understand that possibly Dom Capers might enter the coaching fray, coaching search, I should say. However, his team remains in the playoffs. They have a game scheduled Saturday at Atlanta, Saturday night against the Atlanta Falcons in a divisional game, so we'll keep our eye on that one. But right now, Greg Williams is scheduled to go to Denver Wednesday and meet with a search committee. Sean Payton spoke glowingly of what Greg has done for this organization in his 2 years as defensive coordinator. Now, of course, the irony of this is that the Saints are coming off probably one of their worst defensive games under Greg Williams in the 41-36 loss to the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday at Qwest Field. However, that certainly doesn't mar what Greg Williams has accomplished in his brief 2 seasons here. From an injury standpoint, Sean Payton brought us up to snuff with some guys as we head into the off-season. As we have reported, Chris Ivory will undergo surgery to repair a Liz Frank injury in his left foot. That will come soon. No date on that scheduled surgery. Also, Pierre Thomas is going to take a look at the same foot, be looked at by the same foot and ankle doctor that will operate on Chris Ivory. His name is Dr. Robert Anderson of Charlotte, a noted foot and ankle specialist who will look at both those running backs. Out of the game, the Seattle game, the injuries were to Reggie Bush, hit on his right fibula, the same injury that knocked him out of the lineup for 8 games. 2 mild concussions were suffered by running back Julius Jones and defensive end Junior Gillette, and then safety Pearson Prelow had a groin injury. Had the team moved on to the divisional round, and it would have been against Chicago on Sunday, I'll tell you, they would have probably had to go out and get an additional 1 or 2 running backs for their 53-man roster. Neither Bush nor Julius Jones probably would have been able to play, and at the moment, the only healthy running back on the 53-man roster is Deshaun Wynn. So they would have been in dire straits from a health standpoint going into that game, and that's not to mention the other 4 guys that were held out of this game because of injuries: Malcolm Jenkins, Anthony Hargrove, Jimmy Graham, and who's the 4th? And Danny Clark. So they would have been, as I wrote in a post for tonight's website, this black and gold team enters the offseason more like black and blue. So there are 3 posts that I put on just within the last several hours, so please go to our website for those updated posts. And tomorrow we will have a 45-minute window to do interviews with the players. That'll be our last official access to the team before they head into the off-season. Exit interviews are planned with the coaching staff, and then we'll have our access to the players. So for Monday night, I'm going to go take a look at this national championship game between Auburn and Oregon. For Brian Allee-Walsh, NewOrleans.com, aloha everyone.